St. Mary's Foundation tries to provide a lot of different types of opportunities for people to give, to be generous with their financial resources. And we have about 57 different accounts that people can contribute to. But one that's been recently established in the last couple of years that we're particularly proud of is the Sue Conner Vauthier Memorial Scholarship Fund. And this is a nursing scholarship that honors a great person and a great nurse. Sue was somebody who is symbolic of the type of nurse that we try to produce at St. Mary's. And it's a nurse that has a vocation. And it's a vocation that provides services to people who are some of the most vulnerable and ill in our culture. And so the dollars raised for the Sue Conner Vauthier Memorial Scholarship Fund goes to educate nurses and to train nurses in the spirit that Sue brought to her position. And it was a spirit of Christian generosity, a spirit of compassion, and that's articulated well by the members of her family who helped us establish this fund and by the people who worked with Sue. So this small video is just an opportunity to explain the scholarship fund and who it serves. And it also tries to bring to the people who contribute to St. Mary's a profile, a personality, a person that behind the name Sue Conner Vauthier. So we ask you for your continued support for this fund, and we thank you for your support of St. Mary's.
She always made you feel like you were the most important thing on the earth at the point in time when you're engaging with Sue.
There was never a time when you walked in the room and you didn't get a hug from Sue.
I mean, you knew with her it was real. You know, how she just loved life, she loved people. And she was an example to all of us, as a human being as well as a nurse. We had this guy that was a paraplegic, had been for a long time. He'd come in and out every so often. So we knew him well. So it was one evening we were putting him to bed, you know, rubbed his back and got him ready. And so as we were getting ready to walk out the door, Sue and I were walking out the door, and he goes, "Well, aren't you going to kiss me goodnight?" And Sue walked back and walked right up to him and went, and he went, "No, no, I'm just kidding."
Just that happy outlook on her was just, I mean, that's therapy right there, just to see her. And that's what it did for me when I went through that ovarian cancer, just to see Sue come in with her, "Hey, Wolfie girl, how are you?" It's just, okay, I'm gonna be all right now. Sue's here.
She was always there. She was always there. Unconditional. That was Sue, unconditional.
She never judged anybody, and she always loved everyone no matter what.
It amazed me at the funeral, the hundreds of people that came through, and everybody said she was my best friend.
Sue created little miracles every day of her life. And it's not the kinds of stories that you read in the newspaper that the public knows, but those little miracles happened every single day.
Every time you would walk into a room and Sue was there, you would always get one of her famous Sue hugs. I don't think I can remember a time where I would be around her and I never got a hug.
She loved life. I'm telling you, there is nothing that anybody could ever say bad about Sue, because she never talked ill about other people. She was always a positive person. She was always a positive presence, and she was a lot of fun.
And she helped people through their difficult times with what she did.
I just remember the hugs. That's what meant the most to me, my support.
Whenever Sue gave you a hug, it made you feel loved unconditionally, and you felt like the most important person in the world.
She was never self-centered. It was always about the other person, especially the patients. You know, it was always about what was best for them, not what was convenient for her.
It's one of the basic Christian principles that new life comes from death. And this fund provides an opportunity to do great things for people in the memory of a great person. So we continue to celebrate the memories of Sue. But in addition, we do that in a spirit that creates opportunities for people that at St. Mary's we think will be the types of nurses that Sue would be proud of.
It was just our way of trying to heal and trying to make something Sue loved so much and something that just became so natural for her.
that legacy and wanting to continue that is why we wanted this scholarship to happen. It's a great way to remember Sue, but not only remember Sue, but encourage other people to offer those same Christ-like, everyday little miracles that can change people's lives.
We need good nurses. I mean, when you're a nurse, you have to love people. I mean, it's not about money, because you'll never be rich being a nurse. You have to truly love people, and you have to be for the. If it wasn't for the nurse, we're the patient advocate. I mean, we're the step between the patient and the physician. And a lot of times you have to go to bat for your patients, whether it be against physicians or whatever. And Sue is that way. And that's a good reason we have this scholarship, is because these girls that really want to be nurses may not have the economic wherewithal to attend school and be what they need to be, because that's what we need, is we need good nurses.
You know, this gives us the opportunity to help other men and women to do the same thing our sister loved her whole life. Everything was about taking care of others, you know, making other people feel good, whether it was in her nursing or just talking to you as a friend or a sister. She was always there for you. That's
one of the criteria for getting the scholarship is that you have that passion and desire to care for people and to love people the way my sister did. The other criteria is that you have a financial need, and then the third is that you will work for St. Mary's for up to 1 year after you get the scholarship.
By us helping raise this money for these scholarships, we help other very special women and men do the same thing.
What started as something probably smaller with the family is something that St. Mary's has been fantastic at wanting to make it into a perpetual fund that can serve the needs of nurses for many, many years to come. And the family is blessed to work with St. Mary's, and from our perspective, if you can engage with wanting to create the type of nurse that we saw in our sister, and to be able to have funds available to attract that type of nurse to St. Mary's to care for people in our community, you know, that's what this scholarship fund is all about.
We always appreciate the generosity of the people who support St. Mary's. And if you would like to contribute to the Sue Conner Vauthier Memorial Fund, or any of the funds at St. Mary's, if you would like some more information, maybe about how to leave this fund in your will, in your final estate, or if you'd like to consider a charitable gift annuity towards this fund, which pays you an income on the gift if you're a retiree, a very high guaranteed income, and then supports this fund after your death. Please don't hesitate to call us. Please don't hesitate to inquire. We will not follow up. There's not a lot of pressure, but we do want to provide you with opportunities to be generous to a wonderful mission that truly supports a lot of people who are helping to heal some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Thank you.